Hi, this is Frank Schaefer, and I want to thank you for sharing my YouTube videos and for watching them. And I would ask you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps what I'm doing and get the word out. Thank you. Hi, I'm Frank Schaefer, and once in a while, you understand everything about someone by one casual comment, or in this case, an online post they make. Elon Musk, angry at Taylor Swift, posts and says, "I'll give you a child." What a low and ungentlemanly, scabrous remark. But it's part of a pattern with Elon and the other men these days, clamoring to defame women, whether that's Donald Trump or J.D. Vance, or people like Andrew Tate and the tech bros who are always putting women down and vilifying them. We are living in a time when, for instance, in an article that I just read in the New York Times comment piece, the world isn't ready for what comes after IVF, September 9, 2024, by Ari Schulman, who is the editor of the New Atlantis, which is a leading technical information journal. And he writes, and I'll read this to you, consider the recent attention to Elon Musk's pro-natalist ambitions, especially his desire for, quote, smart people to have more children, his reported extensive use of IVF and surrogacy, and his serving as a sperm donor to live up to his word. Even amid a discourse overwhelmingly committed to liberalization of reproductive technology, it is striking how willing commentators have been to recognize something here that is just, well, weird. He continues, it could be a portent. The information recently reported on how billionaires like Sam Altman, Peter Thiel, Brian Armstrong are, quote, behind a boom in fertility tech startups developing sophisticated embryonic testing, sperm freezing, and even artificial wombs, end quote. The subtext is unmistakable. Just imagine the headlines if the first baby born from an artificial womb is not to a sympathetic middle-class couple unable to conceive after a hysterectomy, but to a polycule of tech gurus with designs of populating a seasteading colony. We have a group of unhinged male predators, from Andrew Tate to Elon Musk to Donald Trump to J.D. Vance, who have one thing in common, and that is, like Donald Trump, proud to say that he grabs women by the pussy, to use his words, can get away with it because I'm a star, I'm rich, I can do anything. These reprehensible cads, the kind of people that as a father and a grandfather, I would defend my children against and watch like a hawk and put up an 18-foot fence if they were neighbors. These men, who knows who they were before their brains rotted under the horrible weight of fame and unlimited amounts of cash. These plain-looking men who, before plastic surgery and bodybuilding programs, I'm sorry to be crude, but would have a hard time and join the incels, people who have a hard time attracting women. These men who only have sex because of their money and then want to spread their sperm around the world as sperm donors and artificial wombs and whatever. And their paragon exemplar turns around and says, I'll give you a child. How would that happen? Well, X allowed, I think it was 4 million downloads of a faked porn thing where they melded her picture with a porn star before it was taken down, after repeated demands to take it down. I'll give you a child. Good grief. And the US has turned over big chunks of our space program and our communication satellites to this man and his cronies like Altman and Thiel and these other right-wing fanatics. Why are they pro-Trump? Oh, they don't care about politics. They just don't want to be regulated. They want to have their way with anybody, whether it's Taylor or you. They can throw the switch and make everything go black if they want to, if they don't like the message. And they want to put a man in the White House that they can manipulate, who, by the way, like them, I'll give you a child, is a peeping Tom found creeping into the changing room of young teens in a beauty pageant contest. I'll give you a child. Who are these creeps, and why have we allowed them to accumulate the power and the wealth to mess with us and with our daughters and granddaughters and with our wives and with anyone? Kamala Harris will make a great president because, for one thing, she is, this is big news, an ordinary human being who does not threaten to give you a child. How? While your buddies like Andrew Tate hold down the woman so we can all line up to give her a child? What creepy images come into one's mind when a billionaire threatens to give someone a child, who is into giving lots of people children, as he has done with multiple wives and women, some of whom were employees he hit on, in vitro fertilization, no doubt checking the embryo first and tossing anything that doesn't look super intelligent and bright. This Times article warning us against the involvement of these molesting pervs who have billions to mess around with our human genome and put chips in our brains and send off their rockets into space while the rest of us do the best we can to elect ordinary, decent humans who don't threaten, sexual threatening of people they disagree with. It is time we cut these billionaires down to size by whatever means possible. It is time to regulate them. It is time to tell them they are citizens of a country in which the rule of law applies to them. Now, with the Supreme Court that has told Donald Trump that as long as he did something in an official capacity, he can't be held accountable, what will the next ruling be? That as soon as you become a trillionaire, you can do anything in any capacity you want. For instance, threaten someone and say, I'll give you a child. We keep crossing red lines and nothing happens. Well, something will happen when we elect Kamala Harris president. And I would urge her and the Harris administration to come up with a program to take these gutter-dwelling perverts, be they billionaires or trillionaires or not, and clip their wings for the sake of decency, for the sake of ordinary humans, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter, who don't say things like that, even in a heated moment of disappointment when they realize, as Elon Musk now does, realize that he's probably hooked his wagon to a loser who will taint his legacy forever, even if he uploads his brain to a computer. His legacy is now cooked. We're going to remember that he backed this apartheid-loving fool, Donald Trump, who wants to liquidate the freedoms in our country and imprison his opponents and trash them, maybe give them a child. You know, this isn't a contest between Republicans and Democrats. It's a contest between decency and squalor. The squalor of the litany of posts that Trump and Musk and these others put online, the squalor of these billionaires doodling and messing with our reproductive freedoms, taking away abortion rights from women, at the same time threatening to impregnate someone they disagree with, at the same time messing with post-IVF type technology so they can reproduce, donate sperm, have thousands of offspring, whatever their deluded fantasies include. And I'm just saying it again. This class of billionaire elite are disgusting. And no one is stopping them. Instead, we're handing over chunks of our space program. We're saying, hey, this is what free enterprise is all about. This is what capitalism is all about. Really? Neighborhood perverts lurking behind a bush saying, I'll give you a child. When is enough enough? Elect Kamala Harris for decency's sake, if for no other reason. My name is Frank Schaefer.